Escape from Tarkov right now is in a really weird place because this Thursday, everyone is expecting a wipe or everyone's expecting just a patch. We're not sure which one it's going to be. I'm on the side of it's going to be just a patch, but no one really knows. But because of that, I want to talk to you today about the flea market because it's in complete disarray right now because of all these events, with Reserve having all the bosses, Factory having Killa, and Labs being free. It's a mess right now. So I'm going to talk to you about some things you should be buying right now, some things you should be selling right now, and most importantly, things you should be holding on to until the event's over. So stick around because we got a lot of video. As you can see, my browser is just filled with tabs and we're going to talk about everything one by one, no particular order. But the biggest thing that took a massive drop on the flea market was this Terra Group Labs Access key card. And that's because obviously Labs is free right now. But look at this. Look at this. It was roughly about 320,000 rubles to sell in the flea market. It's 97,000 right now. And eventually this event is going to end and you are going to need a key card again. So you can take this two ways. One, don't be selling your key cards unless you need the money. And two, if you really love Labs, say you're playing it right now for free and you're like, I haven't really played this much, but I really love this map. Maybe you should be buying a few of them because technically right now it's about 3 for 1. You're going to get 3 key cards for what the price of one usually is. So don't be selling these. Hold off to sell them until the event's over and the price goes back up. Or if you have the money and you're enjoying Labs, buy a bunch of key cards just to get ready for when the event is over. Woods is like in a weird place, right? Because back in the day, it was never known for a place to get loot, and now it's a place to get loot, especially barter items for your hideout and whatnot. I love Woods. I always loved playing it, and now with the expansion, it's even better. So this is why I always keep a Sherman key on me when I do play it. Because the Sherman key gives you a chance to actually do something in the center of the map there. So say there's no players, say there's no Sherman up and you're like, okay, I looted the north side of the map. Let's go to the sawmill, but maybe there's nothing there and it's kind of a deserted island. Hey, at least I can loot Sherman's little treasure chest. And right now it's at an all-time low. So it's usually roughly around 130, 125. It's at 90,000 right now because a lot of people are killing Sherman on Reserve. And I feel like 9 times out of 10, you're going to make pretty much 90,000 out of that thing. I don't know specifically, but you're going to make 90 or like, let's just say close to it. And sometimes you can hit the jackpot by getting an RR out of there. So if you do have extra cash, I would tell you for sure, buy a key or two if you like the map Woods. Or if you do have a key from Sherman, just hold off. You'll make 25% more once the event is over. M856A1, the ugly brother to M855A1. It's not as good as 855A1, and it is a tracer, so not many people like 56A1, but it's still decent. It does a lot of damage. And the best part about this is you're finding a lot of it on Reserve right now because of the boss minions, the boss guards. And man, it took a huge hit, man. It took a huge hit, but this is a really good time if you're a newer player, you don't have a lot of access to good ammo, but you want to run, say, an M4 or an ADAR, because this stuff is dirt cheap right now. It's going for 161 rubles a round right now. It was at 565 just a few days ago, you know what I mean? So right now, if you're a newer player, you're running an ADAR, an M4, something of that sort that takes this ammo, it's a great time to get some half decent ammo for you. Also, on the other end of this though, don't be selling this. I'm holding off on all my 856A1 that I'm finding in raid. I'm just tucking it away in my ammo case, and I'm going to sell it once the event's over, because as you can see, like, even 450 is like, okay, that's a decent price for it, right? Like 600, it was going for 500, but 161, unless you really need the money, like everything in this video, if you really need the money, sell it. Hey, I get it. But if you can wait to sell this stuff, definitely wait. And again, if you're a newer player, this is awesome for you because you have access to somewhat decent ammo for a lot of great guns. 7.62 BP ammo is my favorite. It's my favorite caliber. I'm really excited for the mutant to come. And if you didn't watch my past video of how I'm preparing for this next patch, I talked about BP ammo is one of those things you should be crafting right now, because I think it's going to skyrocket once the mutant comes out. But here's the thing, we don't gotta wait till the mutant comes out because it's already skyrocketing. So I told you guys about a week ago, I said, listen, I'm crafting a bunch of this stuff so when the mutant comes out, I can just sell a bunch of it when the number hits pretty high. And I said in the video, I think it's going to hit 1,400 rubles a round. At the time, it was roughly 900 because it usually does sit under 1,000 rubles a round, and it hit 1,400. Actually, today I sold it for 1,600 a round, and I sold about, I'd say 500 rounds of it because I was crafting it lately. So right now, if you have extra BP ammo and you can already buy it from the trader, you're going to make a killing off this. So make sure you are selling your BP. If you have it just loosey-goosey in your ammo cases, just look for it, see if you have any extras, because it's a good price right now to sell. OFZ shells are actually really hard to find. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't find a ton of these lying around on reserve, and that's where you generally find them, near the tanks and in a couple of locked rooms. But right now, the OFZ shells are selling for mass amounts of money. So a lot of people are playing reserve to go after those bosses. So while you're there, if you can, take a look for these, because they do craft 995. You need 2 of these to craft 300 rounds of 995, and 995, I'll show you later on, is going for crazy amounts of money. But look at this. They were going for roughly 186, 188, maybe 190 to 283. Woo, that's a lot of money. So here's the thing. If you want to use them to craft 995, use the 995. I totally get it. But if you don't want to wait that, 8 hours to craft it, it's definitely worth, selling the shells right now. The OFC shells are so expensive because they do craft 995, some of the best ammo in the game. And if you want to wait the 8 hours, you can, use the OFC shells to craft 995, and you're roughly making 1 million to 1.2 million per craft. So every 8 hours, as long as you have these items, because right now 995 has skyrocketed. So it's usually around 2,200 around, 2,300 around. It's at 37, which is crazy. And of course, guys, the flea market fluctuates up and down constantly. So maybe when this video goes out, maybe it's 35 or 31, or you never know, maybe it's 4,000. All I do know is 995 is crazy expensive right now. So if you do have these items to craft, you don't mind waiting, you're going to make some money for sure. As you can see, it's telling you, your profit is about 200,000 even if you buy these items. Seems pretty legit, but again, you do have to spend a little bit of time, and maybe you can be crafting some other things in place of this, but it's all up to you. I just want to let you know 995 is crazy expensive right now. I think this is a duh thing, like geeks duh, but look at how expensive it is. It's crazy. I'm throwing this one in here because I don't get why this is so expensive. I don't get why it's so much money, and I'm asking you guys for help. So the Aeronox Scorpius pistol grip for the AK. The RK3 does the exact same thing as this, yet it's skyrocketed to 100,000. The RK3 and this one does the same. Like, can this go on different guns that the RK3 can't? Like, all I'm doing is I'm showing you that this is crazy expensive right now, but it's not something common you will find while you're out there. Hey, Peachy Doge, thank you. It's not something common you're going to find on weapons or things, just lying around. It's a more rare item. I'm mostly putting this in here to be like, why is this so expensive? Can you tell me? Because this is crazy. My all-time favorite keycard is easily 21WS. This keycard used to be severely underrated. I did a money run on it. A lot more people got on the 21WS train, and they really did see how good it actually can be. And the thing I like about this key card is there's a ton of people that just like to hit the outside of interchange and do cash runs, and this fits perfectly in their little plan. If you're not going to go inside of the mall, if you're just staying on the outside, make sure you pick this key card up. And there's no better time than right now because it is at an all-time low. Usually it's roughly, I'd say roughly anywhere from 200 to 225. And right now it's at 109. And the best part about this key card is even if you only have one charge left on it, say you run it 14 times, as long as it has one charge on it, you can then craft it later on with Intelligence Center 2 and make it an 11 SR. This is a great time to just try out 21WS. Let me show you how amazing this room actually is, how profitable it can be. And for 100,000, I'm guaranteeing you in only two runs, you'll make your money back. I would say one run. Sometimes you can have a dud here or there, but easily in 2 runs, as long as you're successful, you'll make your money back with this key card. It is phenomenal. So make sure you pick these up. I'm just rewatching what I just said, and it didn't make sense when I said as long as you're successful. So I just want to clarify, as long as you have successful runs, meaning as long as you get out of the run and you survive, you're going to make your money back. Just a quick FYI. Sorry, guys. The last 2 items are smaller things. You know, I'm going to talk about shampoo and ox bleach here, but I think they are worth showing right now because right now bleach is really easy to craft. As you can see, lavatory 2 is all you need. You need soap, you need the alkali, and you need the sodium, and you can craft 5 bleach in 38 minutes. And this is the most important part. It only takes 38 minutes to craft 5 of these bleach. And the reason people want them is the TV 110 rigs, of course, the blackjacks, and it's doing fairly well. Like if you look at here, the past month, it's gone up, right? It was at like 11,000. Now it's roughly 17,000. I just think it's a good time to be crafting this stuff. So I just wanted to point this out because I think the craft's so easy that while you're playing, while you're just, you know, going on raids, make sure you have this on every once in a while and you're crafting them, because you can be pretty profitable, especially if you have one of these 3 items, 2 of these 3 items. The profits go up quite a bit. And then the second one I'm going to show you is shampoo. And shampoo's really expensive right now because it does trade for ETGs and also, again, the TV 110 rigs. And you can craft these, again, only 35 minutes. You get 2 of them and you only need 1 soap, 1 water. But look at this, right? It was like 17,000 and it skyrocketed to 33,000. So again, 2 other items to really just keep an eye out for, or just make sure you're crafting in your hideout constantly because it's highly worth it. I really do appreciate you watching this video. It really does mean a lot. And I know this video, you know, it won't even matter if Thursday wipe comes. But all I'm saying is, what if wipe doesn't come? If it doesn't come, this is really good advice. And there's no harm, no foul if you do follow this. And again, I know not everyone's made of money and can buy some of this stuff or stockpile some of this stuff, but if you do have some extra rubles here and there, I think you should be thinking about doing some of these. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you don't mind, you know, give it a thumbs up, you know, subscribe to the channel. It's free for you guys. It does mean the world to me. Also, I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv. Please come by, come say hello. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.